Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am your sister Naomi Saif. Thank you for joining me today. Today I wanted to do a 10 things about me listing. It's not really a tag. I had done one maybe a year or so ago, 35, maybe 2 years ago. Anyways, I'll put it in the description box, inshallah. So I just wanted to share some other things about me. Maybe that'll inspire some other people, inshallah, and so that we can get to know each other even better, inshallah. So number one is I was held back in the 7th grade. Yes. Your girl thought that she was, I didn't think I was very smart, you know. I had went to about 9 elementary schools. I was moved around a lot as a kid. I went to 3 high schools. But in 7th grade, I was living in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I was living with my aunt, and subhanallah, this was during the time when, you know, girls are what, 12 years old, 12, 13 years old, and they're going through puberty and they're developing, and I was not, and I was so self-conscious about it. Like, I was so self-conscious that I literally just didn't go to school. And when I did, I would wear this huge coat where I would be sweating and suffocating just to hide the fact that nothing was going on. And so I missed so many days of school that I got held back. And that was in 7th grade. And then after my 2nd year in 7th grade, I was back in Chicago, and I was in a Catholic school, St. Stanislaw Kuska in Chicago. And so that went okay. I passed that time. But then for 8th grade, I went to another school in Skokie, Illinois, Oliver McCracken Middle School. And I almost got held back in 8th grade because of a science project. And so I had to go to summer school. So, subhanallah. That's number one. Number two, I don't know my times tables. I don't know my multiplication tables. And subhanallah, I'm glad that my children do, except for my oldest. He and I are like mathematically challenged. Alhamdulillah. So another thing about me is I mentioned in my previous video that I had played instruments growing up. I had went to piano lessons, and I had taken violin and clarinet in school. But I didn't mention, I don't think, that when I played the piano, I took lessons. We had a recital at the Museum of Science and Industry that I think is really cool. And the thing about it is that when I was little, I was super shy. I was really shy. I would perform and I would do whatever recitals and stuff like that. But I hated like one-to-one. I was very uncomfortable with one-to-one attention. And my class, it was my whole class went, and everyone had to, you know, play a piece. And the audience clapped for everyone. And when they clapped for me, I don't know, I just started crying, like right there at the piano. I don't remember how I got off, but I don't know. So, subhanallah. Number 4 is having my first child. I got pregnant when I was 17, and I had him when I was 18 years old. I experienced a spinal headache. So, and I have a video where I talk about that more in depth that I'll put in my description box. Subhanallah. And if you don't know what a spinal headache is like a migraine on crack, on steroids. It is terrible. It is, you know, there are risks that one takes with any medical procedure, and getting an epidural was one as well. And I think that they have changed the procedure, but back then, 18 years ago, the epidural was like this long needle that you had to sit still and wait until they can like slide it up your spine. And it took like 20, 30, 45 minutes, who knows. So, subhanallah. And I had one years later with my, I had C-sections and with my daughter. So I'm not saying that I'm totally against it. Just do your research. Don't do it just for the sake of not wanting to feel pain, you know. Another thing, number 5, is my favorite color is green. When I was little, my favorite color was purple, but then everyone's favorite color was purple. All my cousins and my friends, and I'm the type of person that as soon as I like something, I think that it's like personal and like, you know, intimate or whatever. But then when I notice that everyone else likes it or it becomes mainstream, it gets killed for me. I don't like it anymore. So subhanallah. And I was very happy to find in the Quran that inshallah, those that make it to Jannah, we get to wear garments, green garments. So subhanallah. Number 6, I do not edit my own videos, subhanallah. So props to you sisters that set up your own production, that the lighting and everything, subhanallah, because I know it takes a lot of work, especially the editing. Sometimes I don't even press record, subhanallah. My husband has a production company and he sets it up, the lights, the background, I sometimes may, decorate the back or give a suggestion, but subhanallah, and another thing is as an extra is, and I probably mentioned this before, is I like to use my kids' arts, everything, all the stuff. And real quick, I inshallah will be able to be working on to have some art. This is from my oldest son, and we bought some more canvases. We're working on a fundraiser so that we can actually, sell some art for the purpose of raising money for our production company, inshallah. So I'll keep you up to date with that. Another, that's number 7. Oh, and also no, wait, number 6, because so I don't edit my own stuff, alhamdulillah. My husband does. And then number 7 is I try to film in advance. So, and with that, I try to film because, moms, we're busy. Wives, women, we're busy, If it's not school, it's work. If it's not work, it's kids. If it's not kids, it's something, right? So, whenever I have an opportunity, alhamdulillah, maybe like the day before or whatever, this is why it's important for us to always be studying something, so that when we have an opportunity and we're in front of the camera, or not even for YouTube purposes, whenever we're around people, we can teach, just when the opportunity arises and you can just teach something that you have been studying or something that you've been pondering on or wanting to share, you're always preparing, subhanallah. So I try to film in advance, and like I said, what I mean by in advance is I like to film maybe like 2 or 3 videos in one sitting. I might change my hijab or something, but I just think that it's just a little bit easier when you have videos, if possible, ahead of time, when you have a schedule. And I like to shoot straight. I don't like to put too much into editing because I don't edit, so I like to, inshallah, do one straight shot, try not to do jump cuts. So subhanallah. Number 8 is I do laundry almost every day, okay, just to keep from getting overwhelmed. And so I do laundry almost every day, at least 1 load, alhamdulillah. And subhanallah, I thank Allah that I have a washer and dryer, because there was a time when I did not have a washer and dryer, and I lived in Chicago, Illinois, even in Grand Rapids. And in Chicago especially, I would have to put my laundry in a cajito, in a little shopping cart, and I would have to walk with my children in the snow. And snow is very pretty for those of us who live in California or, have never experienced living in snow. It's very pretty, but it's not comfortable. It's wet. It is cold. It is uncomfortable. And oftentimes it can be dangerous. So I'm very grateful that I have a washer and dryer, alhamdulillah. Number 9, I used to be a single working mom. And when I say working, I mean working for somebody else. And subhanAllah, that was rewarding individually, but I paid a lot. I paid a high price in regards to my kids and daycare. And it is one regret that I have. And I do know that some of us don't have a choice. However, I believe in my case that I wish that I would have utilized my resources, like the help of my grandmother, and just taking more advice and not trying to just, trying to think that I am better or think that I can do things better than, the elders in my family that were trying to school me, So subhanAllah. And I am now a married working mom. The only difference, I work from home, alhamdulillah. And, just always and I only say that as a reminder to just, whether you work for yourself or whether you work for corporate America or whatever that you're doing, when you have children, just make sure, inshallah, if possible, that they are the priority, because we're never going to make enough money. We're never going to make enough money. And, if we can, we need to just spend the time that we have with our children to raise them, because if not, someone else is going to do that for us, so. And then we're going to have to deal with the aftermath of it all. May Allah protect us. So and number 10, I already mentioned it, which is inshallah, we will be working on, my husband and I, my kids, you know, with this art, working on some type of fundraiser for our company, inshallah, to buy more equipment and to be able to just produce more films and things of that nature. My husband has a channel and he does more like movies and storytelling and things of that nature. So just praying that we're able to just give, because, you know, we need more Muslim films. We need more things to watch as a family, and we have a lot of brothers and sisters out there that are Muslim filmmakers, and we need to just encourage other filmmakers that are Muslims to just do it for the sake of Allah, not for, you know, the sake of dunya and trying to be like Hollywood and stuff like that. So, you know, may Allah guide us all. So inshallah, you've learned something about me. Inshallah, I mean, you know, just showing that I'm not perfect and that nothing is as perfect as it looks, and that you know, it's not about your failures, even your successes, you know. It's about where you're going now, and it's about your intentions, and you know, it's about trying to attain success, and we can only be successful when we are practicing Islam, inshallah, you know. So thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.